Well, in the benchmark process we've been going through, we've seen that organisations want to improve the transform the way they do learning, so efficiency and fine-tuning processes. But actually it's really interesting that over 90% of learning and development leaders are starting to say, actually, we need to get into the work, integrate learning and work, and got a very high profile on boosting performance. And by that, what we're talking about are, how do we improve productivity? How do we look at the way that individuals are connected and engaged, and reducing time to competency, not just time away from the office, but real time to competency. So performance is high on the agenda of learning and development leaders. But when it comes to integrating learning and work in that way, I think there is a dual role to play, and certainly the top deck organisations in the learning benchmark that we do at Towards Maturity, they are very focused on the role of accountability of senior leaders for learning, seeing learning as being something that's important to the way that their organisation is driven through, but also performance is boosted as well by the behaviours of the L&D teams. So they're balanced. So some of the L&D behaviours that correlate strongly with performance are things like whether or not they provide individuals with kind of things like job aids through their mobiles and things like that, to help them take what they've learned and push that out into the workplace. They're also really successful at doing things like space learning and creating opportunities to practice back into the workplace. So that's where the dual responsibility starts to come in, and the business leaders need to give people permission to practice, permission to engage, and when the two come together, we really are seeing a strong correlation back with performance in the workplace. And so organisations who go through the Towards Maturity benchmark, they can start to see as learning and development leaders where's more needed from the business, and where is more needed from them, where do they need more from themselves as well, so that it will flag those strengths and successes and help them take that forward.